for the jb4 V3, you need to have the white sensors here and here. Those will matter. Alright, I'm going to get started on the install. I'm going to set my jb4 in the box over here. We are not going to be using the MAF plugins on the 1.6 smartstream. Just the two map sensors, white map sensors here. Make sure you guys, if you got see the two white colored map sensors here, you're going to want the V3 version. And because this is a 3 sensor MAF, we're not using this 4 sensor MAF connector provided by jb4 on the harness. Alright, let's get started with this one. We're gonna, this is the 3 wire here. I'm gonna pop that back, press down on it to release it, and pull it off. Let's take the closer connection on our jb4 here. Camera somewhere. I guess I'll do it one-handed. And we're gonna take the female plug. Make sure it seats all the way. Press this forward, make sure it locks good. And we're going to plug the jb4 into the stock sensor here. Make sure it clicks. Push the lock down. Alright, move that to the side. We got sensor number 2 here on the intake manifold. Carefully wiggle that off. Put our jb4 connection onto the stock sensor. Make sure it's tight. Make sure it clicks on there. Locked in. Plug our jb4 harness into the OEM sensor. Locked in. Alright, for install we are ready to run the CAN bus wire, and we're going to do that through the stock grommet. I don't know if you can see it back there. You can see the wiring harness coming through. It's going to be right there. Oh. On that big old grommet. Before I try to pull that CAN bus wire through the grommet there, I'm going to move this battery to the side a little bit, loosen up this clamp. Got that battery clamp removed. That out, set that there, and then it's gonna let us scoot our battery forward so we can reach our hand back in there. Alright, so inside the car we're gonna take our CAN cable, grab the small end of it, and this is my favorite method for pulling a wire through a firewall. I'm gonna take a big zip tie and I'm gonna tape the end of it to like that. I'm gonna stick the small end of the zip tie through the grommet, grab it from the other side and pull it through. I'll be back once I've taped it up. Alright, got it taped up. Couple things to note. Put the big end of the locking end of your zip tie past the connector, and then make yourself a nice tapered little piece of tape cone on the end of it so it doesn't get caught on any edges or ledges. Got our cable started in there with the zip tie method. Just pulled back this piece of carpet, shoved it in there a little bit. Alright. Alright, so there we can see my zip tie poking through. Zoom in on it right there. I'm gonna reach in there and grab that and pull it through. Alright, we got it through. Pulling it from this side was a little difficult. I ended up pushing on it from the back side to get it through. And we'll make sure our grommet is reseated once we get the wire through. So now, I'll pull it through. There it is. I'm gonna have it come around on this side of the battery. Just to about right there. Alright, now that we've got our CAN cable routed through the firewall, we're going to plug it into the small connector here on the jb4. Put that in, And remember, we are not using these 4-wire MAF cables. That is only for 4-wire MAF engines, and the 1.6 turbo smartstream from Kia and Hyundai is a 3-wire MAF system, so this one's not needed. I am going to put my battery back into place. We'll put our battery clamp back down there. Make sure not to mess up this little gasket. Get back here. Put you in here. Get our bolt back. Battery clamp installed. Got everything that needs to be plugged in, and I'm just gonna go ahead and for our first startup and work on this, I'm gonna tuck the jb4 right into the battery cover here. I'm gonna tuck our extra cables into the side just like that. And we'll get a better install solution once I've got it started up and make sure everything is installed correctly.